On a mild morning in December of 1962, a tugboat left the piers of New York City and headed home to Northport. The boat, Gwendoline Steers, was a 74-year-old working tugboat, towing sand from the Northport waterfront to the cement yards in New York City. She was headed home with 9 men on board, a routine run on a calm day, but within 6 hours they would all be dead. As she entered Long Island Sound, the weather turned. Within a few hours, the temperatures dropped to single digits and sustained winds of over 60 miles an hour. At that temperature, seawater doesn't run off a ship. It freezes, and every wave that broke over her bow left a layer of ice. A layer of ice on an old tug in a storm she wasn't built for. At 4:30, the captain called Coast Guard Station Eaton's Neck and told them that she was taking on water, but the pumps and engines were working. They agreed to talk again in 1 hour, a call that would never come. The Coast Guard tried to launch its own boat out of Eaton's Neck, but they couldn't. The storm was too violent. By the time the rescue vessel finally reached the scene, it was the next morning. The storm was over and the Gwendoline Steers was gone. But there were witnesses from their homes in Eaton's Neck. They all said the same thing. The Gwendoline Steers was heading into the safety of the harbor. She stopped, turned around, and headed back into the Sound, into the storm. The next morning, a man walking his dog here at Hobart Beach spotted something on the waterline. A lifeboat, frozen, completely encased in ice. And past the ice, down in the hull, he saw a man, dead, frozen where he sat. Now, launching a lifeboat in a tug in that era was a 10-minute job. You had to unstow it, swing it off its davits, lower it with blocks, multiple men working together to get it over the side. So sometime after the Coast Guard call, the Gwendoline Steers knew they were in trouble and had time to launch the lifeboat. But only one man made it on. The 8 other men washed up on North Shore beaches over the coming months. Later that spring, the Gwendoline Steers would be found sitting upright in 40 feet of water, a mile from the safety of Northport Harbor and a mile from the home where she still sits today. Why she turned, why she headed back out into the Sound, and why only one man made it onto the lifeboat are questions that have never been answered and probably never will be. And now you know. That's it, everybody. Have a great day.